I'll go down there. There was a guy named Mohammed that I was talking to last night. Were you guys there last night? There was a guy named, I'm sure there's more than one, named Mohammed that I was talking to.
What is his phone number?
I don't know. I didn't get it. I was just talking.
Do you know how it's look?
He was just at the scene. I think he had just left the service. He was talking to me. Yeah, I'll see if I can put him on. That's correct. Okay, thank you. I just wanted to know. No problem. Thank you.
What you say?
I was asking, I said, so if there's a crime scene up and it's a crime scene, you can't fly a drone over it. He said that's correct because it is an active crime scene. So the air
Is restricted automatically, temporary.
If you guys walk in slow motion, it looks more badass. What happened anyway? You don't know?
I don't know yet, bro. We're trying to find out. It's not too good to be escorted by 3 cops like that. It doesn't look too good on you. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't look too good. I'll be like, no, I'll wait. I would be like, no, I'll wait. I'm not walking with you over there.
They're arresting him.
They are?
Yeah. They put his hands behind his back.
Oh.
I told you not to answer questions.
Oh. You guys, you see? Oh. They didn't cuff him here. They cuffed him over there.
Kansas City.
Yo, they gave him a chance to leave, though. They said, go over there.
Yeah.
He waited right here to get arrested. Can you believe that? Can you believe that?
Oin on Oddity in America. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that thumb button right now. Share this video. Share it.
And go to Universal TV. Also, go to Universal TV.
The video begins with a calm but curious tone as the cameraman casually questions officers about the previous night's incident. The discussion quickly shifts toward a crime scene and drone restrictions, indicating that this is not a routine situation. The area appears controlled, with a noticeable police presence. Attention then moves to a man being escorted by multiple officers. The cameraman points out that the individual was given a chance to leave, but chose to stay, which resulted in his arrest. This segment sets the foundation of the situation. A serious incident has occurred. Police are actively managing the scene, and at least one arrest has already been
Universal
made.
TV.
I'm sorry? You can, but not right now. They're all going to be pretty busy.
They're going to see the body first?
What's that?
They're going to see the body first?
On the low man total.
That's what I figured. I just want to speak to the detective real quick.
Let me tell them what you did.
I'm Mo. I just want to go see the body because I know that kid. That's why.
Okay. Well, I'll tell them. Can I get your info and I'll tell them to come contact you whenever you're ready?
Sure, yeah.
What's your last name?
Muhammad M-O-H-A-M-E-D.
What's your first name?
Same as first.
Okay.
Still exactly the same.
Okay, and what's your birthday?
0808, 1995.
95?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell them that you're sitting here waiting for them. But I don't know how long it's going to take.
It's going to take some hours probably, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'll figure it out.
We have our media captain coming out, so as soon as he comes, he's the one who can answer that. I can't.
no, you're fine.
They're just
You're fine.
advising me.
I've only had it for a couple weeks, so I'm like,
good.
what can I do with it?
Yeah. So as of right now, they're not letting because it could compromise.
Okay, that's
But when
fine.
Captain Jackson comes out with their media unit, that's a question for him. Okay, guys.
You're very
I
nice.
flew it above the Capitol City building in Jackson County, Missouri, and I have a
I wouldn't
problem.
have a problem with it. It's not my service.
I get it. I get it. You're fine. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Go to Fake Mike Real News. Where's the guy with the whisk? Oh, Will. He couldn't make it. He couldn't make it, but he's always with us.
I'm here as a public information officer to make some initial comments about our involvement, meaning Missouri State Highway Patrol has an investigative team with the Division of Drug and Crime Control. Those investigators are here right now at the request of the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department.
In this segment, a civilian interacts with an officer, attempting to get in contact with someone involved. The officer asks for basic details like name and date of birth, and explains that it may take several hours before any contact can be made. At the same time, the cameraman brings up flying a drone, but the officer makes it clear that such actions are restricted because they could interfere with the investigation. The use of the term compromise highlights the sensitivity of the situation. This part shows that the scene is tightly controlled and that information and access are being limited due to an ongoing investigation.
This investigation is very active and will be ongoing for quite some time. At approximately 6:12 this evening, officers with the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department initially identified what was to believe a homicide suspect. Those officers identified themselves to make contact with that individual, at which time the individual presented a firearm. It is believed at this time it was a short-barreled rifle. Following those interactions, gunfire was exchanged. Kansas City, Missouri one police officer did fire his duty weapon. As a result, the individual, the suspect, was struck. No other officers fired their weapons. Life-saving measures were performed immediately. An ambulance responded to the scene. Ambulance transported the individual to Truman Medical Center, but has now been pronounced deceased. At this time, as I said, our investigators are collecting evidence, collecting statements from witnesses, and interviewing all officers that were involved. This investigation will remain ongoing for quite some time. As it relates to the suspect, the next of kin have not been notified as of yet, so I will not release the name of the suspect now. But once the next of kin has been notified, we will update you all, most likely posting it on Twitter. As it relates to the investigation, why the Kansas City Police Department was looking at this individual in particular as a homicide suspect, the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department will have to answer those questions, as that is a separate investigation. I'll take any questions at this time.
You can't tell us, the KCMO Police Department has to tell us this is a suspect involved with the Pollard homicide, double homicide last night.
Yes, to answer your question, I will defer to the Kansas City Police Department as it relates to their investigation. Okay, the Missouri Highway Patrol here is to investigate an officer-involved shooting. Okay?
Sergeant Bell, was that shot fired? Was that just one single shot?
That's going to be determined by our investigative team.
No officers were shot?
That's correct. No officers were shot. To the best of my knowledge, no. I know for a fact no one was injured.
Pronounced dead at the hospital or here?
I don't know that exactly, but I know the individual was transported by ambulance to Truman.
Sergeant Bell cannot confirm if this is related to double homicide.
Yeah, so that's part of our investigation as well. So to determine the exact make and model of the firearm, that will happen at some point during the investigation. To determine exactly how that interaction happened, that will be analyzed as well.
Was the suspect African American?
Part of the identification process right now, with the next of kin not being notified, we're not trying to hide anything. It's sensitive when there's family involved that have not been yet notified. The only thing I can confirm right this second is that it was a male.
So you said there was an exchange of gunfire?
So again, I'll have to
What's the age?
defer back to the investigative team. Okay. Once again, the suspect, you have to understand it's sensitive when next of kin has not been notified. I can, once next of kin has been notified, tell you the age, tell you the last known home address, not home address, but home city and state, first, middle initial, and last name, okay? So just bear with us. We don't suspect that's going to be drawn out for a length of time. I would suspect if you monitor our Twitter account through the evening, that information will be released as soon as next of kin can be notified. There have been on rare occasions next of kin being from different locations throughout the state or throughout the country or even a different country where it takes a little bit more time, okay?
Can you share whether this was like a traffic stop scenario, a residence visit, or
We'll say it was an encounter on the street, okay?
were the officers wearing body cameras?
So that's going to have to be a question for the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department on their policies and procedures and their equipment, etc. Okay, at this time, it doesn't appear to have any more questions, and I really don't have any other information. Once we get that information, please monitor our Twitter account. That's MSHP Trooper A Twitter account.
A public information officer delivers an official statement confirming that officers encountered a homicide suspect. During the interaction, the suspect presented a firearm, leading to an exchange of gunfire. One officer discharged his weapon, striking the suspect. The suspect was transported to the hospital, where he was later pronounced dead. The investigation is now being handled by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. When questioned by the media, officials withhold key details, such as the suspect's identity and specifics of the shooting, stating that next of kin notification has not yet been completed. This segment clarifies that the situation involves an officer-involved shooting that is currently under investigation.